yo, Pitt Crew.
This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
You know, our kids know what the medicine is to make sure that we go down there prepared, and that's something that we do, and we'll do a good job at that.
We're tied with Duke there, and there's Virginia Tech and Notre Dame hovering, so it's like everybody's right there. It's in our hands, which is a positive thing.
You know, you have to become it. We have to be Pitt basketball. We can't have guys that just play. They have to become Pitt.
All this and more on this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.
Recognize these colors we're wearing. Understand, this is what Pittsburgh's built on. Everybody in this city understands, if you're from Pittsburgh, you know what those colors mean. Championships, football, baseball, legends, all right? Legends.
Sent it in, Jerome! A diving catch for a touchdown!
We are locked in, okay, together. There's gonna be ups and downs. We must play together. Focus and discipline, okay? Don't forget the discipline.
Yeah, baby! What a win! Yeah, baby! Hail to Pitt!
We understand what that means. That's for Pittsburgh.
Valentin Noel just can't stop scoring.
Let's go, bring it in. 1, 2, 3.
In the heart of the South, the city of Atlanta, home of the College Football Hall of Fame and the Georgia Institute of Technology. On the campus, inside Bobby Dodd Stadium at historic Graham Field, it's University of Pittsburgh football, Pitt versus Georgia Tech.
It should be a knockout punch all day long today, guys. And you lay it on the line for your brother. This is our time, okay? Right here, right now, it's our time.
Championships are won in October and November. They're not won in September. I think a game that's got certainly a lot on the line, but not a lot of very good blood. There's some bad blood in this series. These are one-game seasons from here on out when we start today.
Go ahead. Sure. Being consistent, strike is coming. Strike is coming.
Here's a quick throw by Sims, and it's intercepted. It's Cam Bright, the linebacker, that grabs the deflection for Pittsburgh.
Let's go. Let's make a play.
Blocking inside the 5, goal line, touchdown off the left side from 9 yards out. Israel Abanikanda. Big rush, he's hit, and it's intercepted. A great job of Patrician to say, my ball.
6 of them days, baby. Let's go.
Pickett wants to throw, looking deep. Jordan Addison.
There's no answer for Jordan Addison right now. Kenny Pickett delivers. Jordan Addison has been as advertised, worth the price of admission.
Plenty of time, throws it down the field, wide open, and streaking for the end zone is Taysir Mack for the Panthers touchdown. Izzy, away from a defender, steps into the end zone for the touchdown.
Nice job up there, let's go, let's go.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. And the Panthers are there. And there's no go. Ball over on downs.
He's now thrown 14 touchdown passes in the last 3 games. It's the most in a 3-game stretch in Pitt history.
4th and goal at the 4. Broken up at the goal line. Panthers have a cushy lead at halftime. Keep the pedal to the metal.
The big thing is just play the next play. Forget the scoreboard. Let's make sure we're ready to go.
Protect the quarterback, protect the ball, right? Make plays, extend plays.
Fancy isn't going to win this game. It's getting off blocks and tackling.
Georgia Tech with the 1st and goal at the Panthers 7-yard line.
Time to play the goal line, boys.
And a great tackle in the open field. John Patrician. He's back, big rush. He's hit and throws an incomplete pass.
Panthers brought his own pressure and forced an incompletion.
Come on, let's go do it again. Come on.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their 23-yard line with a 42-14 lead. Throws the pass. It's Chucky Louis spinning inside to 30. 3rd and goal at the 2. And that's a touchdown.
And Kenny just pitches it to him for his 4th touchdown strike of the game.
And his 19th of the season. He's hit, and he's going to be sacked. John Morgan, the 3rd. Oh, and the ball over on downs for the 3rd time for this Pitt defense. A big one for Kenny Pickett and the Panthers. 52-21, a 31-point win here in Atlanta.
Sims one to throw in the air and intercepted. Picked off John Patrician. Near side. Touchdown for Pittsburgh.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head football coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Rob King. Coach, before we look forward to this game, 4-1 Pitt taking on 3-2 Virginia Tech. Let's take a look back to Georgia Tech. I wanted to ask you first, I know you scored 52 points, but your defense, you get a touchdown from Patrician on the return. You make some stops that your offense is able to turn into points the other way. I just thought the defense played a big role in this game.
They really did. They started fast. I mean, those 2 early interceptions, which weren't easy, tipped ball by Desmond on one. Haba didn't get the sack. I think he missed 3 sacks that day, but he did get the quarterback's arm on the other one. So those are big plays, whether you get a sack or not. I mean, getting that ball out of the quarterback's hand is critical, and I think our guys have learned that. We haven't had a lot of those in the past. So those combined with those 3 4th down stops that we had, one on the goal line, are the difference between a win and a loss.
Well, Larisha mentioned Jeff Collins wants a 3rd down conversion. This is 3rd and goal, and Maldonado is going to force an incomplete pass from Sims.
Another terrific game from Kenny Pickett. Izzy gets going in the running game for you, gets a couple of touchdowns. What did you feel about the way the offense and the offensive line allowing just 1 sack? And again, I know you talk about this, no turnovers in this game as well. So a lot to like from the offensive perspective.
No question. It starts with protecting the ball. We've been explosive all year on offense. I think we had 15 explosive plays in that game. But with Kenny quarterback, he knows where to go with the ball. He makes plays with his feet and then finds open receivers. He's not looking just to run it when he does scramble. So, and again, you got to give credit to the offensive line. Anytime, you're running the ball and protecting the quarterback like you are, you're making Kenny's job a little bit easier, and that's been critical all year.
Off the 16, Pickett backing up, steps up, bullet to the end zone. Krull, the touchdown.
This Pitt offense is humming.
Coming off a bye week, and a lot of people will talk about whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know you weren't particularly banged up, physically, but what do you do during a bye week? What does the coaching staff do? What do the players do during a bye week?
Well, we'd like our players to get fresh. So we practice twice for about an hour and 20 minutes, focus on Virginia Tech, focus on maybe correcting some of the things we haven't been so good at, and then working on your fundamentals so that you can carry it through. We've done a nice job on open weeks in the past of just making sure, hey, what are we doing offensively and defensively? How can we make ourselves better? And that's something we did, just critique, what we are in some of our formations offensively and what are some of our tendencies on defense.
Pittsburgh from its 42. Pickett wants to throw, looking deep. Jordan Addison caught it at the 15 and holds all the way through on the completion. Big throw to the Georgia Tech 11 and looped over to the top of Wesley Walker.
Let's talk a little bit about Virginia Tech, some of their personnel, some of their tendencies. Braxton Burmeister's their quarterback. Really, really athletic guy, can run it and can throw it.
He can really run. I mean, anybody I've talked to that's played them talks about how fast he is. And, comment from Notre Dame is he's a lot faster than we thought he was. And you can see his speed on the field. He makes plays with his feet, and he can make plays with his arms. So he's a guy that we've got to, go in and contain him and keep him in that pocket and go after him.
In trouble and will not get away from the pressure. Maldonado first through. Servassier Dennis gets the sack.
When I think of Virginia Tech, going back to Frank Beamer being the coach, one of the things I think about, and I'll ask you about the special teams in a minute, because you certainly think about that with Beamer ball, is the defense causing turnovers. This is a defense that's caused a lot of turnover. They have a defensive back that's got 4 interceptions. How do you coach against that? How do you make sure you stay aggressive, but don't turn the ball over, because that's something they feast upon?
Well, Kenny's got to be great with the ball, and knock on wood, he's been good with making good decisions, and it starts with good decision making. And if in doubt, tuck it and get out of the pocket and go make something else happen. But we can't win that game without going down and protecting the football.
Pickett on 2nd and 10, in trouble. Now eluding the pressure, he'll run again. Here he comes near side and will step out of bounds with a first down again.
And special teams could be a big factor in this game.
It will be a big factor. I think they've got the #1 special teams as far as a whole package. They're very, very efficient on their punt team. So they got the best special teams in the ACC, and we're not up there. So it's going to be a challenge for our special teams to step up. We're going to put a lot of starters on that unit and make sure they stay on that unit.
Young kicker gives it a whirl, and it is good. 46-yard try from Sam Scart. We got a new score here in Atlanta with 10 minutes to go.
Lane Stadium can get really, really loud down in Blacksburg. You've got an ACC road game under your belt. You've got a big environment in Tennessee under your belt. Will those things help you going into this game?
They definitely help us, but without focus, whatever you did in the past doesn't matter if you're not focused on, being really, really good at what's important on that day. And the first thing is, making sure we have no pre-snap penalties and no unforced errors. So those are going to be critical, and it's something, our kids know what the medicine is to make sure that we go down there prepared. So we'll prepare on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This week we're prepared last week with noise, and that's something that we do, and we'll do a good job at that.
4-1 Panthers visiting 3-2 Virginia Tech this Saturday at 3:30. Coach, thanks and good luck.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
All right, stick around. We still have more to come when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Keep your eyes on number 8. He is playing exceptional football.
Jordan Addison has been as advertised, worth the price of admission.
On this Pitt front, they are live and they are humming.
Pitt, Clemson, October 23rd. Get your tickets today at PittsburghPanthers.com.
I guess without further ado, we're going to introduce Cal's Kids, where we're going to raise $94,000 for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. And to cap it off, after the last game of the season, I'll shave my head as well, just to, show our full support. So I think, the idea for Cal's Kids and to raise $94,000 for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, initially it was just something that one of my roommates back in Sutherland Hall, Owen Drexel, had actually mentioned, but at that point it was more just like him joking with me, like, oh Cal, how much money do we need to cut your hair? I really saw an opportunity where we could kind of use my hair to raise money for a great cause and raise awareness for pediatric cancer as well. And then, no matter how much we raise, which, I'm confident in Panther Nation that we'll get the $94,000, but no matter what, it's going to be a success just because we have a chance to interact with kids like Nora, who are just so strong, and the things that they go through and the battles they battle are just inspirational to all of us. What's up, Panther Nation? It's Cal Adamitis, team captain and long snapper. I'm sitting here in our team barbershop at our facility, a place that I haven't seen much of in my 5 years. But the reason we're here is for Cal's Kids, so donate in the link below and hail to Pitt.
Work on finishing. Work on finishing. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Open Nike!
The main thing we're trying to create is a culture of togetherness, of toughness, of competing, and guys that want to be a part of something bigger than them. I think we have a very good mix of returning guys and new guys. I think the new guys are incredibly excited to be here and to be a part of what we're building. I think they believe in it, they believe in themselves, and they believe in the culture that we're trying to create. And I think they're going to be a big part of it.
Let's go, energy, 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 energy.
It's been a really, really, really cool group to work with so far. It has. It's been a joy to be around them. They are appreciative. They're grateful. They're humble. They're hungry.
Here we go. Let's go. White on the side. Blue up top. Let's go.
To be completely honest, it's really reinvigorated my passion for coaching. And these guys every day, when I look in their faces and I see how eager they are to learn, when I see how eager they are to get better, that's pretty cool to me. And I'm excited every day to work with them.
I just want to work. I just want us to work.
We definitely try to teach them about the history of Pitt basketball. I think it's important. To me, when I think of Pitt basketball, historically, that's what I've always thought. Tough, blue collar, unbelievably together, gonna fight you tooth and nail for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it requires, and it's gonna play with incredible passion. I think of the Charles Smiths or the Sean Millers or the Jason Matthews or the DeJuan Blairs and the Levance Fields, those guys. I mean, and that's what they embody.
The Panthers have won the Big East Tournament Championship.
I'm a big believer in order to be really good, you have to own it. And you have to become it. We have to be Pitt basketball. We can't have guys that just play for Pitt. They have to become Pitt.
1, 2, 3, together.
It's important for guys to realize they're a part of something bigger than them. They're playing for something bigger than just themselves. This is a very, very proud program. It's everyone's, mission to get that back.
Panthers on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Go back 6. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely growing up, played it all. When I got to high school, I was like, okay, it's time to narrow it down, really focus on the two that I love the most, which was football and baseball. Did really well in both and had, a lot of opportunities with each sport. Both parents played at the D1 level. Mom went to Kansas State, so did my dad. Dad played football. My mom was the all-star. She was the captain on the basketball team. They said I got my toughness from my dad, but they said I got all my athleticism from my mom. Senior year was a lot of fun. That team was something I'll never forget. When we got to state playoffs, we knew, after that first game we won in the playoffs, we knew, we were just going to be a train rolling. And there was no doubt in anything. We knew that state title was going to be ours, and it came true. So it was a lot of fun. So I almost had nearly every college in the country kind of looking at me for baseball, and chose Arkansas. It was close to home.
Ooh, big Surrey Razorbacks.
I brought the heat, so I could throw mid-90s, touching 96 with a really good curveball. People, compared my curveball to Clayton Kershaw, who's a star MLB pitcher. At being at one of the best schools, if you're not perfect, you're not playing. Maybe it'd be best if I go to a junior college.
And the new pitcher for the Vikings, Lucas Krull.
And while at Jefferson College, I was fortunate enough to still get drafted.
The San Francisco Giants picked Lucas Krull in the 34th round of the baseball draft.
That's the end goal, is you want to be drafted, you want the opportunity to play in the big leagues.
But Lucas faces a difficult decision because it's not just Major League Baseball that wants him, but he's also being recruited by some of the top football schools in the country.
And I'll never forget, I'm just walking guys and it's not going how I expected it to go. And so I remember stepping off and saying, done, I miss football. I had 3 years of eligibility left to play. And then I started that recruiting process with all these colleges. I ended up choosing Florida, and so I was on all the special teams. And then I ended up getting, I think, 4 or 6 catches that year. As the next year with Kyle Pitts being a really big, 2 tight end set team, I just knew I needed at least to go see what other options I could be, maybe a guy or the guy there versus just being a role player.
Woo! Go, baby. Day one, already know. Let's roll. Let's roll.
This could be a shot where I could be the guy, the tight end for that team. So, that's when I decided to come to Pitt. This is supposed to be my year. I got one more year. This is going to be a great setup, a phenomenal quarterback, a great team surrounding it. And I got here and everybody open arms, accepted me from the coaching staff to everybody on the team, and it was great. So it made it easy on me to get here and get comfortable with the guys. The 3 practices before COVID hits, those went really well, and then COVID hits and sent us all home. And I remember I started looking for dogs thinking we weren't having a season. So I remember it was me, Nick, Patty, and Kenny. They're like, all right, let's go check it out. And it was all the way in Amish country, Ohio, 2.5 hours away. So I remember squatting down, whistling at him. He comes running right to me. I was like, all right, I gotta take him home. I couldn't wait. He's in the backseat with Kenny and Nick. They're holding him, and So I'm driving home, I'm like, Hannah, what do I name him? Some of the guys call me Big Rig, and my sister said Riggs from like Friday Night Lights, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. So like, Big Rig, Little Rig, Riggs. He's back home though in Kansas City for the season, just easier for me.
Emotionally, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, okay?
Fall camp starts, it's going great. Everything, I'm expecting to do, I'm doing it. So I'm able to come back for that second game against Syracuse. My first catch down the sideline. Guy hits me low on my knee. Luckily, it wasn't anything else, just a MCL tear, which was season-ending, but not career-ending. So that completely crushed me, but I knew my role on this team is being a leader and being a teammate and doing everything I can to help. And I'll never forget the practice when Doozy says, all those guys that are seniors have an extra year to come back. So I'm sitting there like, wow, like this is a miracle for me. Like I get another year.
Pickett, play action fake, throws the pass. It's pulled in on the leaping grab inside the 35, and that is tight end Lucas Krull.
The season started, first game versus UMass. I'll open up with a catch and then getting in the end zone, which was, my first collegiate touchdown. Since then, it just feels like it's just been a snowball effect, just been rolling, and I don't expect it to stop. I know it won't stop. It's been a dream come true. It's everything I came to Pitt to do was to help this team win, and that's what I've been doing so far, and I don't expect this train to stop rolling. So.
Bullet to the end zone, Krull the touchdown.
I just knew like Kenny, different, on the field, but also off the field, man. He cares so much about, his friends and his teammates. So, we have a really good connection on the field, and I think that comes from our great friendship off the field. Hi, everyone. I'm Lucas Krull, tight end at the University of Pittsburgh, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offer stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
Terry on.
Are you paying attention?
No, I'm admiring my gun.
The Bradshaws are taking the field for a new season.
The fun has begun.
Let the games begin!
And the whole family is bringing their A-game.
Happy. You got it.
Okay, thanks.
Focus.
An all-new season of The Bradshaw Bunch premieres October 6th on E! And stream all of last season on Peacock.
Big implications in the ACC's Coastal Division tonight. Duke, the only remaining unbeaten team in the ACC. Pitt trying to jump up to the top of that Coastal Division tonight against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, there's always fireworks between these two teams. We've seen it especially the last 2 or 3 years, but this is a huge game in the Coastal Division, and the winner tonight is going to do a lot to determine whether or not they can claim a Coastal Division crown this year. Pitt with the better opportunities in the first 10 minutes of this game.
Loose in the box, toward the net, and it's in there.
And now we have the opportunity to see how Pitt responds to going behind at home.
Here's Pitt lining it up. Mirkovic into the back of the net. We have a tie game. That is how the first half will end.
Keep going. Let's step up one more level. Let's control the tempo once again. Get a little bit stronger.
Their goal right now is to qualify for the ACC tourney, see if they can go on a run, and you certainly see they've got pieces, talent.
Here's Mirkovic, another shot, and another goal for Filip Mirkovic.
They're going to be dangerous every game they play.
Jacquesson, a shot on the goal, and it goes in! The insurance goal for Bertrand Jacquesson, and the Panthers go up 3-1. 16 straight at Ambrose Urbanic Field.
Another impressive victory for the Panthers. They keep finding a way to get results.
And Pitt claims sole possession of first place in the Coastal Division. Hello and welcome inside Pitt Studios. I'm Kevin Wheeler alongside head men's soccer coach Jay Vidovich, coming off a massive win against Duke. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
My pleasure, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Duke win, you knock off the lone remaining unbeaten team in the conference on Saturday, gives you the Coastal Division lead at that point. What is the impact of that win on your locker room moving forward?
It's another victory, it's another success. Leaves you in a good mood after the match, but really it's a pretty fleeting moment, to be honest with you. It's we've been on to Notre Dame this week, so it was a good feeling there. But now it's just move on to Notre Dame.
So you told us a few weeks ago, coming off of the Wake Forest loss, you said it was one of the worst ones of your Pitt career just because of the expectations and what you thought should happen going into that match. But now you've won 4 straight since then. What's been different in this recent stretch of games compared to that Wake Forest loss?
Well, yeah, for sure. I think clarification on the Wake Forest loss was we didn't show to play. We didn't show to compete. And this team has been pretty good about learning lessons. Hopefully, now it's lasted several games, but let's hope it continues that way. But the lesson was to come out and compete. First opportunity was against Clemson, and that was a tremendous rebound. And I think we asked them to do certain things and to play a certain way, to stay more disciplined and stay with the game plan longer. And they had success. So that, I think that was the biggest part that lasted longer in our locker room, was that, okay, you know, we're good enough if we do these things.
Petkovic threads it for Bailey. Bailey with the left! And the Panthers are on the board.
You love playing at home, or at least it would appear that way, as you allude to the results. 16 straight at Ambrose Urbanic Field. Last year was different. Weren't fans in the stands. This year, seems like every night you come out to play at Ambrose Urbanic Field, the stands are packed full. What's that mean to you personally, to see the fans coming out in waves to support your program, and then to the program as you continue to build it? Coming here
And trying to, you know, to build a program, we wanted Pittsburgh to see if they could embrace another sport, you know, being soccer. And we felt if we could give them a team that was competitive, could compete, you know, nationally, that we could try and build something. The fans have come, you know, I think particularly this last game against Duke, they got involved. What a tremendous asset they were for us. You know, our players understood that. You know, Jackson Walty asked them to step it up for us at different times. Participating the way they did, it just means a tremendous amount to us. And hopefully, you know, we've got 2 more matches. Hopefully, we can do more of the same. Keep them entertained and following and giving some more wins.
Into the back of the net! The golden goal for the Panthers!
You don't get to play home games for the next couple of weeks here. You get Notre Dame on the road coming up next. So obviously this is something that's a little bit different. Tough places to play, Notre Dame and then Virginia. What's your approach in the next 2 weeks?
We're just going to have to give an all-out competitive effort. Our quality of our soccer is going to have to win out. Hopefully the guys they're doing everything possible to, you know, balance out the books as well as keep themselves healthy so they can you know, perform at their best on Saturday. They know what it means. Right now we're tied with Duke there, and there's Virginia Tech and Notre Dame hovering, so it's like everybody's right there. So it's in our hands, which is a positive thing.
Gotta love evolving while you're winning and getting results.
Yes, you do.
All right, thanks so much for the time today, Jay. I wish you the best in the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk to you, I guess, in a few weeks when you come home to play Virginia Tech.
Sounds good, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks so much to all of you for watching this latest episode of Pitt Beyond the Script.